It's market day. Thank God this market is inside because it is literally raining outside and it's pretty cold. Check-in is at 12:30. It's 12:15 right now. I see people getting out of their cars to like start unloading, so I believe we can start doing stuff early even though it said 12:30 on the flyer. I actually had a market yesterday and I did really good at that market, so I'm really excited. I did sell out of some of my product yesterday, so there's people getting in their car. I did sell out of, oh, they got back in their car, so I'm not sure if they can't unload early. I don't know, I'm just gonna wait till 12:30. I sold out of some of my stuff yesterday. I sold out of the hair, bath, and body fragrance oils. So I have a few left that I had at home that I'm gonna sell here today. It's not as much as I would like because they're so popular, but it's okay. I at least have something that, you know, I could share. I'm really tired just because yesterday's market was really long and that one was outside and it was so cold and I chose to dress cute instead of warm. And I suffered, okay? But this one's indoors and it's gloomy, it's rainy. I've been drinking this super coffee extra energy thing to try to like give me some life. It hasn't kicked in yet, but that's okay. Once I check in, I'm probably gonna get my area that they have me set up. They set like the floor plan and I saw that I'm like kind of in the back in the corner. I don't know how I feel about that just yet. Like, I'm far from the entrance, basically. I'm not pressed about that, just because I fully believe that whoever is meant to find me will always find me, no matter where I am positioned. Low-key, I really just hope to be next to a charger. That's it, that's all. I'm not too happy about the fact that I have to carry my stuff through the rain. I do have an umbrella, but we'll see. I don't like being wet, but I did wear my rain boots. So I'm prepared. I'm just tired. It doesn't look like it's raining heavy, but the droplets are thick, okay? It's coming down consistently enough to where my stuff would probably get wet. Okay, we're checked in. Hold on, let me get my microphone. Okay, so we're checked in. Good news, we're next to a charger port. The space is super cute, okay? But the bad news is, and I don't really know how I should feel about this, but my table is right next to the speaker. This is my table, and this is the speaker where I'm assuming the DJ booth is going to be. I'm really big on talking to my customers and engaging in a, you know, just conversational manner. So I don't know, with the music being very loud and being literally right under the speaker, how that's going to affect that. So we'll see. I have half a mind to say something, but they don't seem like the type of people to like respond to that kind of feedback, so we'll just see. I'm just gonna go ahead and set up. I haven't even brought all my stuff in yet, but I brought in my table and I'm gonna use my wagon to bring in everything else and just kind of like make the most of this. All the other vendors are setting up their stuff. It's really cutesy, very urban. I like it. I'm just gonna welcome everything with positivity. I don't see where you're pointing. Turn around towards the shelves. Right there, that box. Yes. Solution! My sister sent an Uber pickup and my husband got the message and now the bags are on the way. Just doing a quick check-in. It is about an hour into the event. I've made one sale and I don't know. Hi. Oh yeah, that's the only yellow. Go ahead and take it. Go ahead and take it.
Okay, I want it.
No, take it. Yes. Yeah. Yellow's my favorite color too. So I'm just doing a quick check-in. I hope you can hear me over the DJ being super loud, but I brought this microphone, so hopefully it's kind of like elevating my voice over the music. It's about an hour into the event and I've made one sale, which is not very great. Just based on how things are going right now, I'm not quite sure. It's one of those pop-ups that has more vendors than they do actual people buying things. There's nothing to really attract people outside of people coming to shop, and I don't like doing events like this. This is not how it was advertised, as like a vendor market. More so like it was advertised more so as like something that everyone can come to, like a festival almost. It's not giving festival, mind you, it's raining. So my goal is pretty low today. I'm gonna shoot for at least $300. I've made $35 so far. An hour in, the music is a big no for me because I just feel like it gives clubby vibe. We're back in the car. It is pouring rain. I'm soaked. Kind of drying, but like still wet and uncomfortable. I'm so glad I wore rain boots. It is so muddy outside. Everything's packed in the car, and my final thoughts. Here we go. I did not think it was gonna be that kind of event. To be perfectly honest, the flyer made it seem like more of a festival vibe with like arts and like, you tell me if that was the vibe that we were getting. Like, I thought it would be something that was more centered around arts and creativity. Like, I don't know what I thought, but it wasn't this. I've been to similar events like this in the past when I first started vending, and I feel like they're money grabs. If anything, the facilitators will put on an event and have a bunch of vendors crammed into a space, and they'll charge a vendor fee, so they get paid from the vendor fees, and then they'll call it some kind of like catchy name to bring in an audience. And I just feel like that's not sustainable for the vendors, because we are just kind of chancing it when it comes to like people just coming just to shop. Like, I don't just go out of the house to go to a vendor pop-up market. Like, maybe there is a niche of people that leave out of their house to go support small businesses in these kind of environments, and that's really cool. I do think that's really cool. However, there's such an oversaturation of these kind of markets that as a vendor, I don't participate, because you don't really have a way to gauge what kind of sales or audience or customer, like, you don't know. It's just too broad of a chance, and you're just paying this money and hoping that you would make it back without any set number of people who are guaranteed to come and also to shop. With that being said, the vibe. I don't like that you play music at top volume when you have a room full of vendors. Our main goal as vendors is to come and to talk about our products, to make connections, to meet our customers. Like, this is our chance to put forward who our business is, who we are, what we sell, what it is about what we sell that you could, like, it is an opportunity. So to be yelling over music, to be fighting to like hear what the customer is saying, and then not just any music. Like, I could have done with some chill, low-key background music, set the vibe. I could have gotten with that. However, this was club music. This was twerk music. This was bounce that ass music, okay? And I sell natural hair care products. I don't fit the vibe, okay? And I just was really irritated, because maybe if I wasn't so close to the vendor or to the DJ booth, it wouldn't have been so intense. But literally, I could feel the bass of the music. Like, he had some really good speakers, and I just felt like I was positioned just terribly. And when we first got there and all the vendors were setting up, they were trying to get everyone to be super compact. Like, she was trying to get me to move. I had 2 tables. I paid for the option where it said bring your own setup, because there was another option where you could pay an extra amount to have them provide a table for you. But I always come with my own stuff, so I paid for that option, and it didn't have any kind of restrictions on what kind of setup I could have. It just said this is the space that you would have. I think it was like 8x8 or something like that. So I'm like, cool, my setup can fit in that amount of space. So one of the coordinators or whoever in charge came up to me as I was setting up, and she's trying to sardine people insanely. Like, she had 2 people move, like break down their whole setup and move so that they were closer together. And I was already feeling the vibes of And so I'm just watching, peeping, and moving on about my business, because I got a setup to do. I'm very particular about my setup. It takes me a minute to get it right, angles, all of that. So I'm busy doing that, and I'm adjusting this way, adjusting that way. And she comes up and she's just like, oh, can you move your table down more this way? Mind you, I'm like in a corner all the way in the back next to the DJ booth, and next to me on the other side of me, to the right of me, is a door, and it has like a ramp sloping downward. And I'm just like, I can't scoot down anymore. This is the closest I can be to where my table isn't lopsided or sloping downward and my product potentially falling off, you know? And she gave me like a stank face, like, oh, And then she pointed to my second table. Mind you, it's a small table, it doesn't take up much space. And she's like, what is this? And I'm putting on my lip gloss, and I'm just like, my setup. And she stands there and gives me like this stare, and then like turns her eyes and stares vacantly like, do you have something to say? And she left. And I finished setting up. I'm just like, this is, oh, I should have known. I should have known better. So I already knew what it was from setup. But like I said, I intentionally came in here willing to accept everything and anything that came at me with positivity, and to just stay curious, stay open, and you know, just enjoy it for what it is. I'm here, I paid to be here. Whatever happens while I am here, I will receive it, and I will take the good that I can from it. So yeah, that was that. I kind of set the earning bar pretty low because I was getting sales, but I can tell when I'm gonna have a really great sale day. Like, I stand up the entire time that I'm vending for the most part, and I can tell when I'm standing for long periods of time in between customers coming up that it's just gonna be very slow. And like, I generally do pretty well. Let me tell you what I earned today though, so you can kind of get like, I calculated the numbers. Usually I don't calculate anything until I get home, and I just pull from all the places that I receive money and, you know, total it. So I'm just gonna let you guys know, just for pay transparency, so you can kind of see what I earned from an event like this. So in cash, I got $95, and then with Cash App I got $60. Then I got $17 in payments through Venmo. $70 was collected through Tap to Pay. So in total I earned $242 in sales. It's far below what I typically pull in a market, but for what it is, I'm just literally grateful that I made my vendor feedback, because that's bare minimum for me. Like, for an event like this, I'm barely scraping back my vendor fee. That's what I earned at this event. I kind of just wanted to take you guys along with me. I had higher expectations for what this could be, and I have more thoughts to say on these kind of events, because they're so common and they're extremely disappointing as a vendor, because, you know, you want to build connections, you want to showcase your products, but I do feel like there are people within this space that kind of capitalize on that without returning anything back. So maybe in the future, inshallah, I can kind of start putting myself in positions to facilitate things that vendors can do to avoid things like this. Like, if it's putting on my own events, I feel like there's a change that needs to happen, and I'm willing to take it on. Leaving on a positive note, thank you so much for coming along with me. I do plan to share more of these vendor business type things here on my channel, so follow along on my business journey. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.